Hey guys, welcome back to Chef Monica's Kitchen. Today I am making a classic from all of our childhoods, only not out of a box. Can you guess what it is? It's mac and cheese. Who doesn't love mac and cheese? What's not to love? Pasta and cheese, you mix it together and it makes miracles happen. So I don't know about you, I still have the fondness for the one out of the box, but as a chef, it goes against my instincts. So I'm showing you my doctored up version of it, which of course starts with bacon, because what else can make mac and cheese better but bacon? So I rendered down 6 slices of bacon that I chopped up. You can see all that in there. And so that's the fat we're going with. Now, if you want to make this vegetarian, you can always use butter is fine, or olive oil, but today we are making the full carnivore version. And we're adding some onions and peppers to this. If you wanted to be sneaky and, you know, add some other veggies in here to get your kids to eat some broccoli or anything else, that would be fabulous. Today we're just gonna go with this basic. Most of the pepper for color more than anything, but flavor as well. And then a little bit of garlic, so, that was exciting. Onions, garlic, and pepper with the bacon fat, and that's going right back on the burner. And I have my cameraman follow me right back over to the stovetop. Okay. So, give that a stir. And I'm gonna kind of try and scrape up some of those bacon bits off the bottom, because that's where lots of good flavor is. And to that, we're gonna add just the tiniest bit of salt, not much, because again, the bacon has salt in it. A little bit of fresh cracked pepper for heat. A little bit of smoked paprika. Partly that is for color, since I'm not using like the typical like bright orange cheese that's not really cheese, which is we'll just call it one molecule away from plastic. We're gonna give it that color with the paprika. I am gonna add a tiny bit of Italian seasoning just because I'm me and I like to add seasoning to everything. Probably about a couple teaspoons or so, if I can get them out of here. Alrighty. Perfect. Let me just give it a quick little stir again. Lovely. Holy cow, that smells good. Woo! And then nutmeg. So essentially what we're doing, the base of any macaroni and cheese is a bechamel sauce. Bechamel starts with equal parts of butter to flour and then milk. And then you basically stir that until it thickens up. And you can add pretty much whatever you want to it. At that point, you would add cheese. So we're starting with our bechamel. And whenever you make a good bechamel, you always want to add freshly grated nutmeg. That's classic French cuisine, and it just must be, do not mess with the classics. All right, we're gonna give this a stir a little further. Woo. Now, this is sauteed for just a couple minutes, just to start softening the veggies. And we're going to add our flour. So we're doing half a cup of flour. And we're going to stir this just long enough so that the flour starts to cook a little bit. So about a minute or so, give or take. In this case, maybe take. And then at that point, I'm going to go ahead and add the milk. And then we are going
toasting the flour?
You're toasting the flour, because if you don't toast it properly, you end up having a raw flour taste at the very end of it, and you really don't want that in it. It doesn't taste so good. And then at this point, I have 4 cups of whole milk. I'm gonna pour that in here. And then I'm gonna turn this down onto sort of a medium-low temperature. And we're gonna stir this for probably the next 5 or so minutes until all of that milk has thickened up and it becomes a luscious sauce. And then we're gonna add all of the cheese, and I'll tell you about those cheeses in a moment. So this sauce has been cooking for about 5 minutes, and there's now some resistance to it as I'm stirring it. You can see it starts to coat the spoon a little, just like that, which is at which point I'm gonna add all the cheese. I have sort of an Italian blend, which has Parmesan, mozzarella, Asiago, all those good Italian melting cheeses. And then I'm also putting some smoked Gouda in there, because that gives it that extra like bite and that really like barbecue flavor that just makes me like
goes great with the bacon.
I'm actually already drooling, which is probably not the most sanitary thing, but I don't care. I'm putting it in there. Okay, so we're gonna add all that in there and let that start melting together. And in the meantime, I already pre-cooked my elbow macaroni. And of course, I cooked it just slightly al dente, like I always say, to the tooth. So instead of the full like 10 minutes, you cook about 8 to 9, just until it's slightly chewy still, but cooked through. So I'm gonna let this melt together, and then as soon as this is all luscious and oozy-goozy, we'll combine the two and I'll show you the finished product. Tell me that does not make you squeal.
Squeal?
It makes me squeal!
Isn't it exciting?
Isn't it exciting? Oh my God! Like, if it wasn't dangerous, I would jump in there because I just love melted cheese so much. But okay, so now
enough to bathe in it?
Yeah, that's how much I love cheese. This is why I have high cholesterol, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, so we're now gonna take all that luscious cheese and pour it over our cooked elbow macaroni. Let me just move this over so that we don't have a disaster happen here. Okay. Hold that thought.
You need an extra hand?
No, I don't think so. I got 2. Oh my God. If you want to be super cool, you could almost make like a spinach and artichoke dip version of this, where you take artichoke and spinach and throw it in with the bechamel sauce and throw that over the macaroni.
We can have some artichokes. Is it too late?
It's too late. I'm thinking off the cuff here. I'm like, all the different ways you could make this, but a spinach and artichoke dip version of this would be like epic macaroni and cheese. Okay, so there's that. Let me stir this together because by God, I want to taste this so hard. The foodgasm is bubbling. I don't know what that meant, and really, I probably should have kept that to myself, but you want to know a way to a woman's heart, it's this.
Mac and cheese.
That's probably a way to a man's heart too. I'm just gonna say it's a way to every human being's heart.
I'm ready for my foodgasm.
That is the best, most luscious macaroni and cheese on the absolute planet. I defy anybody to say otherwise. Okay, give me that.
Don't burn your mouth.
Just like, I'm not gonna burn my mouth. I'm gonna, oh, look at. I mean, the smoke. I got nothing else. I'm done.